Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 1994 Subaru Legacy GT. Up front is a 2.0 liter twin turbocharged flat 4 and down below is a 4-speed automatic transmission. Now I am super excited to be driving this here Legacy GT for one main reason, and that is that we never got it here in the States. Sure, we got Subaru Legacies, but Japan got this body style a couple years before we did, and we never got that twin turbo engine. That's right, this is a factory twin turbo car, which is just the coolest thing in the world. So I'm excited to share it with you guys today. But before we get on with the rest of the video, if you are interested in helping out the channel, there are some links in the description below for some products that go towards helping the channel. There is a suction cup license plate from Con Plates. There is a fixed OBD2 Bluetooth sensor to help diagnose your car issues, and there is Cash for Cars that helps you sell your vehicle quickly. Again, if you'd like to help out the channel, please click the links in the description below. Let's get on with the video. Let's get back to that twin turbocharged flat 4. Makes about 250 some horsepower, and it was available on a couple of different trims like the GTB, and of course the GT and other Legacy trims. Now, like I said, it was a Japan-only option. And the interesting thing is that one turbo spools nearly immediately, but the other turbo, it sits and it waits until the exact moment it wants to kill you. And then it spools up. The power delivery is very smooth because it has that smaller turbocharger feeding into the larger turbocharger. There's no gap, there's no pause, there's no stoppage when it comes to the power. It just gives you more, and I absolutely love that driving experience. Like I said, paired to it is a 4-speed automatic known as the 4EAT. This was also found in like the Subaru SVX and other Subarus of the era. It's a fine transmission, it's okay, but what I really want in this car is a manual, and at some point this car is gonna get that treatment. Last but not least, of course, this year's Subaru Legacy is all-wheel drive with Subaru's system. I love Subaru all-wheel drive. I think it's some of the best in the game, and so that twin turbo power is sent to all 4 wheels. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 4 main gauges. On the far left is my fuel. Then I have my speedometer, tachometer on the right, and coolant temperature to the far right. Very clean, very simple gauges from Subaru. This is to be expected from 90s Subaru. However, very, very helpful, clean, easy to read. Down below the gauges, I do have defroster as well as my fog light switch. And the steering wheel, while it doesn't have any buttons on it, is a factory Momo steering wheel. Now, the owner, James, has had it redone in Alcantara because this car actually sat outside for quite a while in Japan. So it had some sun fading and crackling and things like that. So it's updated and freshened, but not completely unstock, if you will. To the right of me, I do have my power mirror switches as well as my heated mirrors and folding mirrors, which was a Japan option. And on the door, I have my 4 power windows and my lock and unlock. Moving into the center, I have 2 climate control vents. Then I have digital climate controls, which was very nice, and again, not offered here in the States, which it actually looks a lot more modern than 1994. I would say some 2005 and 2006 vehicles here didn't even have climate controls that look this good. Then I do have 2 pop-out cup holders, so we'll do a big friggin' bottle test. And yeah, it fails. I don't even know why I try these days, but here it is. Down below that, the radio has since been changed out because most radios from the 90s, even in Japan, were not that good, and they don't keep up with modern tech, so James swapped it out. Then I have my cigarette lighter and ashtray because it's a 90s Japanese car, and then we come to the shifter itself. Like I said, automatic shifter, big blocky shifter. If you notice the top of the shift knob is kind of worn, that's what the steering wheel used to look like. So that's why James redid it. But, okay, by the way, I do have a backup beeper. Not 100% sure why, but we have one. Then I do have a snow mode, which will lock the car into second gear and prevent you from slipping or doing anything hoonigan. So it's kind of a no fun button, but will actually keep you from slipping and help the car perform better in tough conditions. And I have my heated windshield wiper, which is interesting. Then I have a little cubby and the center armrest, which doesn't really help much. Now talking about the seats are nice and comfortable. They look very 90s. It's very apparent what era these are from. However, I think that they do look nice, and I think they fit the car really well, and they fit me really well. You know, it's hard being a big guy. I don't fit in a lot of seats, but these I actually fit very comfortably in, and I'm pleasantly enjoying it. But speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 1994 Japanese domestic market Subaru Legacy GT. Now, I have not been a fan of Subaru back seats, and honestly, this is pretty good. Headspace, great. I'm 5'11". Knee room, pretty good. However, the seats are kind of hard. That's fine. However, as the owner James showed me, there was the 30th anniversary Legacy that got this, but that was the only American domestic market car that got this. All Japanese ones came with center consoles, baby. It's just a foam block with some fabric on it, but this car has it. I've never experienced that in a Subaru Legacy, which is pretty neat. But yeah, back seats, they're fine. You know, they're fine. Not gonna win any awards, but I am fitting back here, which can't be said about everything. I do have an ashtray down there, that's what you heard. Let's go hop around back and take a look at the trunk. All right, so we're on the back of the 94 Legacy. Pop the trunk like that, and look at how much space you have. I mean, that is just nearly an absurd amount of space. Tons and tons of space back here. Absolutely love that. That's what I love about Subarus, is they are really great with back seat space. I can pull this up as well. I have a little compartment down here, some Japanese stuff in there, but other than that, and I do have a privacy cover. So super cool with that. Super Japanese. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and it looks like the Subaru that we got here in the States. And so honestly, while I've been driving, I haven't really been getting many looks because it's a right-hand drive imported car. Normally I would, but it looks like just a normal 90s Subaru. However, it does have a different badge in the front. That is a GT twin turbo badge up front, and overall it looks presentable. It's on Advans, and I think the car looks really good, and it's pretty low mileage, so it's pretty clean. But now let's get to my final thoughts here on the Subaru Legacy GT from Japan. Well, this is like Exhibit A of Japan just got cooler stuff than us. We never ever got the twin turbo. And to this day, we haven't gotten any Subarus in twin turbo here in the US. But back in the 90s, you could get one in Japan, and this is it. And it's so fun to drive. It's so smooth, and it's actually... it actually drives like a performance car. I'm carving these North Carolina back roads, and it's driving like a performance car, which is something I've never actually felt in a Subaru. The SVX was good. It was comfortable. It was a grand touring car. I'd be very happy to drive that from here in Asheville back to Chicago. That'd be fine. But it wasn't sporty or fun. This is sporty and fun. This is something you could take on a back road and really enjoy, like I'm doing. Or you could drive it in the snow, out to a campsite, do some rally driving. It's gonna keep up there too. This is just such a cool piece of Japanese technology. It's a shame that we never got it here. It feels like here in America, we just got the cheap sequels, the knockoffs. Like we're only allowed to watch Hurricane Heist and Sharknado. Or you're only allowed to have Walmart branded items, and this is Target. This is that primo. The power builds in such a cool way. This is such a fun, interesting car, and it's something unique. I hope that I opened up someone's eyes today to this vehicle, that this car even existed, because to be honest, I didn't know it did. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to James for letting me take out his Subaru Legacy GT from Japan. This car is absolutely awesome. Such a cool thing that we never got, and it's always cool to drive something so exclusive. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.